Well, welcome back to another episode of Behind the Grind. I'm here with Fabio Cherant, LFA star, and hopefully a future UFC star. Um, Fabio, first of all, I gotta ask you, where did you get the Water Buffalo nickname from?
It's from my coach, man. I think it's like right around my second amateur fight, he had asked me what my nickname was, and I was I think I said the Panther or something like that, and he was like, no, that's dumb. You can't give yourself a nickname, And so he was like, you should be the Water Buffalo, and like I hated it. I didn't like it, but everybody just started calling me that, and it just kind of stuck.
Nice. So what does your training look like on a weekly basis?
During quarantine, it's a little bit odd. Monday, Tuesday mornings at 4 a.m. I'm boxing. Then I have Monday strength and conditioning after boxing, and then I'm just hanging out. And Tuesday I box. Then nighttime I have. What do I have?
Busy schedule.
Yeah, I think I work on Tuesdays, and then Wednesday I have strength and conditioning, which is a hard day, so I usually just do strength and conditioning.
Right.
Thursdays is Wednesdays is strength and conditioning and sparring, which is a hard day for me. Thursday I have work. Friday kickboxing, and I run. That's my run day. I run, and then I have kickboxing, Muay Thai, and then Saturdays is sparring day.
Gotcha. Have you found that like sparring? Well, I guess I'll first ask: Do you spar like pretty hard? Like, how would you rate your how intense you go on sparring?
It just depends on my training partner, on
Okay.
how they approach this our round. If they want to go hard, I'll go hard. If they want to be technical, I can be technical. It's you know it's gotta get the feel of the situation. Each round's different.
Yeah. So your upcoming fight against Myron Dennis, he used to be on Ultimate Fighter,
Hmm.
and you obviously were on the Contender Series. Did you pick this match, or was it given to you because Ultimate? You think he was on Ultimate Fighter, and that could potentially get you to the UFC, or how did that come about?
I think whoever I fought on February 12th, I win. I'm gonna get into the UFC either way. I fought on the Contender Series. I was injured, hurt. After almost a full year of not fighting, I come back. I win. I win 2 fights, and 2 fight win streak against one was 5-3, one was 3-0, and then the guy I was supposed to fight was 8-3. So, and he never answered. So I I was asked if I wanted to fight Myron. I said yes. They went back to that team, and they said the only way they wanted to fight was if it was for the title. I said yes. I've been getting ready to fight for LFA February 12th since I first found out about it. So and then the only thing I had to change was to up my work to get ready for 5 rounds. So I didn't really change much from my training for this fight. It just work harder.
Right. So obviously, you discussed your Contender Series loss. Do you feel like that was kind of just a minor setback, and that is like not well? Sorry, let me rephrase this question. Um, with your Contender Series defeat, do you feel like with that only came minor tweaks, or did you make big changes after that?
Mm, a little bit of both, if that makes sense.
Right.
I think that fight, if you go back, I kind of gave him too much respect in the first round, and the second round, in between the first and second round, my coaches were like, you need to pick up the punch and start to put pressure. And when I did, I hurt him. And, obviously I got a little hyper and I saw blood. So I was like, oh man, I got him, and I didn't set up my punch. I didn't do anything, and I just went for the big kill, and I paid for it. And I think if we were to go back and I approached that fight a little bit different, I think I could have put him away in that little exchange right there. And it's all learning experience. You win or you learn, and I definitely learned. And one thing I've been working on is to be a little bit put out more, pick up my output, so. And besides that, man, I think just me over time, because I've only been doing this for 5 years. This is my 5th year of fighting, and I have no experience before that. So everything for me right now is learning. And ever since that fight, man, I think my fights speak for itself. I've improved leaps and bounds since that fight, and I'm getting better, and I'm not even nowhere near like to being at the top, of my ability.
Right. I mean, like you said, you've only been doing this for 5 years. You're still super young, and you've got 5 submission wins, and it seems like you're taking everybody's neck. Is that going to be something that you look to add to this fight?
I'm approaching this fight as a dangerous. I gotta be on my A game. That's how I'm approaching this fight. So wherever the fight goes, I'm prepared for it. I have my game plan. He has his game plan. You know what I mean? Like if you try and look up my name, there's not much fights out there you can watch and try and download what I'm doing. And the one fight you see me go 3 rounds, I was hurt in the first round, so I couldn't fight to the way that I should have been fighting. And it's so I'm like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. So the light heavyweight division in the UFC is kind of in a weird place right now. Obviously, at the top, you have Jan Blachowicz, and now he's fighting Adesanya. John Jones just left. But with those guys at the top, how do you feel you rank within all those guys from 1 to 15?
I mean, like I can't really go from like fighting for outside of the UFC and then just comparing myself to guys in the top 15. They're in the top 15 for a reason. I gotta give that respect out there, But like guys outside the rankings, I think they're just slow and one-dimensional. They're all good at one thing and they just stick to that one thing. And it's a different time in the MMA world. You know what I mean? Everybody's so evolved. Back in the day, that was cool and all, unless your name's Khabib. But yeah, it's you gotta be good at everything nowadays. So it's I think I do really well. And then obviously once the top 50, I hit the top 15, things get a little tricky because those are the guys that are the dangerous guys. You know what I mean? That are good at everything. Like you look at Rakic, you look at who's the dude that just knocked out what's that guy's name? I always fuck it up. Volkan Ozdemir. Yeah. Him, the dude that just knocked him out. That dude's he's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He's like he's not one-dimensional. I've never seen him on the ground, but his striking's very good. Yeah. Rakic's striking's good. We got
Glover.
Glover, but by the time I'm there, I assume he's gonna be gone. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And we got Jan, who's a freaking he has a touch of death. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And who else is in the top 15? I can't even.
You got Ryan Spann, Johnny Walker in there.
Johnny Walker is kind of one-dimensional. You know what I mean? If you break him and get him tired, and I'm not like trying to disrespect him in any ways. I'm just saying from what I've seen of his fights, you break him, he's broken. But he's also very dangerous. He's got a weird way about him, right? He's unorthodox, and that's what makes fighters like that dangerous. You know, you never know what he's gonna do. If it's gonna hit you with a spinning back fist or an elbow or just it's just yeah.
Yeah. So if you compete with anyone in history, it doesn't have to be active or can be active if you want. Anyone in history through MMA, who would you want to share the octagon?
Probably Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell? Dang, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The Iceman?
Yeah, probably him. I mean, I'm not gonna say John Jones because that's not even fair for me. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Got you, man. That dude's resume is crazy too.
Yeah.
So how do you see the fight with Adesanya and Blachowicz going? Do you have any predictions or?
I think Izzy wins later rounds stoppage, but I could see Izzy getting knocked out. It's a interesting fight, you know.
It's a hard one.
You have a powerhouse, that guy that's putting people out, and then you have Izzy who can put you out, but he's fighting up a weight class. You know what I mean? He's fighting a dude that is bigger. Well, so it's interesting, but I think Izzy can pull it off. And I shouldn't say should because it's a fight game, man. Anything can happen.
Right. It was crazy too. One thing that I tell a lot of people about Adesanya, his path has been kind of weird. You know, he obviously is undefeated and everything, but his Gastelum fight was kind of interesting because, you know, he almost lost. He was an inch away from losing and so super close, and then Gastelum has lost like 2 in a row now, and it's weird.
I thought that Till fight was weird. You know, him and Till, that fight was weird. You know, there's a lot of pitter patter and like kind of like in like with the thing with Till's very. I think even Till, he's a little one-dimensional, right? He's only good off the blitz. Most of his strikes that come and they hurt people, it's off the blitz. It's not like he's hit in that like technical strikes. It's like huge blitz. Yeah. Like look at the fight that made him famous was the fight with Donald. It was off the blitz. He exploded and hit him with that 2 or an elbow or whatever it was. But yeah, I don't really pay attention to a lot of guys. Only the guys that I'm like, man, that guy's good. So I'll keep I'll look at them. But besides that, man, I don't really pay attention to most guys that are in the UFC.
Yeah, I got you. So one final question for you. If you could describe your fight style in one word, what would that word be? It's a tough question. It's a tough question.
Weird.
Weird.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Weird. All right. Hey, man. Well, I wish you the best next week. You know, we're all pulling for you here. Appreciate you doing this, taking time out of the day. I know it looks like you're cutting right now, so I'm sure it's not a great time, but
yeah, I just got done sparring. I'm doing a little bit of sweat, you know, sweating out a little bit, but yeah.
Well, thank you for doing it again, and I wish you the best next week, bro.
No problem. Thank you very much.